There we go. So the 9 students that you have could come for free.
Right.
So does that only leave you then 16 spaces?
No, because I can go up, like the location where I'm having it. They said if I need to, we already looked at another room. If I get more, it's a room that seats up to 40 people.
Oh, okay, okay.
Yeah. So if I get 25 is just my main, that's the goal I'm going for, is having 25 people there.
That's 25 including your students or on top?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So ideally we'd like to sell 16.
Ideally, I want to sell 25. How am I losing you? Let's see.
So 25 including your 9 students or not?
Yeah, but I already know all 9 of them are not coming. Some of them already told me that they have other things going on that day. So it may be 5 out of the 9 that will be coming. But they all may not show up either. I'm not sure.
Okay,
I
so,
already know for sure only one of them is only going to come one day. She's only going to come on Sunday.
okay, so for sure the 25 wants to be like new sales and then we can add the students on top. Okay.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I want 25 paid tickets at one of those price ranges.
Got it. Right. Okay. So let me go through so we've got this. We've got the WordPress lot, because I know they were working on linking all this to your website.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask for future. If instead of doing Eventbrite, if there's another way we can do it that works with my website.
We'd have to install a shopping cart for them.
Does WordPress come with a shopping cart?
Not a free one.
Okay.
It's called WooCommerce. Well, there's 2. There's WooCommerce, WOO, or there's Shopify, which also links to
Shopify. Oh, I've heard of that one.
Yeah, that links to WordPress too.
Okay, I'll probably do that one.
What we find with Eventbrite though is because it's the main even Lisa uses it. It's the main platform. A lot of people go to Eventbrite to look for events, and they might find the event, although they've never heard of you. I've had people show up at my events for Eventbrite, and it's like, no, yeah, I saw a social media training. I was interested. I bought a ticket.
Oh.
So it's very flexible in that respect for the local area. Every event on Eventbrite shows up on a calendar. That's why we pick it. And I think it's a 2% commission, but by the time we bought you a SSL license for WooCommerce and stuff, anyway, that's $150 or something.
Oh, okay.
Because the way privacy is now, you can't sell on a website without what they call an SSL license.
Oh.
And you can get it, obviously, with WordPress, but if it's not going to be done that, I mean, if you're selling products to to your students, you probably have an invoicing program like QuickBooks for that, right?
I do have QuickBooks, yes.
So you don't need a license for that because that's all built in your QuickBooks protocol.
Okay.
Selling to the public, that's why they asked about the sales taxes and the refund policy and so on, because it's a little different, from what I understand.
Okay.
So that's
someone asked me about, I don't know, maybe if it was you, it probably wasn't you. It probably was. Is her name Anam?
So it's actually Aanam. We pronounce it Anam.
Anam?
So it's double A is R. But yes.
It's an R?
Yeah.
So Arnam?
Anam. Let me show you the thing, then it'll make sense.
She asked me a question about fees, absorbing the fees.
Yes. So there's a 2% commission that Eventbrite take for doing it. 1 second. I'll just introduce you. So you can see my screen. Debbie and I,
Hi, Debbie.
Lindsay's the head of our website development.
Who is?
This is Lindsay. So she builds all our new websites. And then the team, so this is Paige, who you met before.
Right.
And then this is Anam.
Okay.
Her family's originally from India. And then this is Eileen, who manages our social media done for you campaigns.
Okay.
And then he does my SEO. She is our salesperson. This is my PR person. And then Jamie's our other social media person. And then
there's a daughter.
And that's my daughter. Yeah, they're all in there somewhere. The team keeps going down, but yeah, they're all in there. But that's the three that you'll be aware of at this point.
Okay.
Just so you put a face to a name. Yeah.
Okay.
So she's a recent graduate from university, super smart and super methodical. Paige is our graphic designer, from the same university. I hired them both out of college.
Okay.
Paige is in her 30s, so she went to college late. But that's the team.
Okay. Now I haven't seen any graphics. Have there been any graphics done so far?
Yeah, there should be. And I was looking. I know I've seen Paige working on them. I looked in Basecamp, which is typically not Basecamp, Dropbox, which is typically where when they're complete we put them in. And I looked in your PST file.
I thought I was going to hear from them in regards to something before the page got all set up. So I was a little shocked that I shouldn't say shocked, but
well, that's why there's no seats available until we launch it.
Yeah. I mean, and some of the creating of it, I thought that they might, ask me, I don't have a logo. I don't have one yet. I don't have a logo. I mean, I like the picture that they selected because that's actually from my last boot camp.
Yes.
Those are the participants from my last boot camp. So that was nice.
Yeah.
To grab that. I wouldn't have thought of that. That was great to grab that picture.
Yeah.
But I don't see any graphics. And so I thought that she was going to contact me around that. And I didn't really get any language to grab people's attention. I just gave the basics of what I'll be teaching at the course, but for advertising to people too, that, the juicy offer twist kind of thing.
Yes.
I haven't had that kind of conversation yet.
Okay. So that obviously is still to happen. So what I'll do, because literally last week, I only had them here on, was it Thursday? Every other day they all work from home because we were all snowbound, which is nuts. But everybody's here again on Monday.
Okay. So you guys are working Monday. Okay, good.
Oh, sorry, no.
I was like, it's President's Day out here.
So in Canada we call it Family Day.
So you guys actually take that day off?
Yes, we do. Yeah.
And they call it Family Day.
Yeah, it only happened 3 years ago. It's a brand new stat.
Oh.
And it's just to give families an extra day.
Oh, I like Canada.
I do too. But yeah, I saw somebody yesterday. What did it said? I said on Monday I will be celebrating 44 of the 45 presidents.
Exactly.
I don't know which one they meant they wouldn't be celebrating.
Right, exactly. Which one will they leave out?
So, no, you're right. It's Tuesday. I'll be working on Monday, but
okay.
It's my business. What's the stat holiday really? But
yeah.
So I want to get to them on the graphics. I know they were working on a blog for the website to actually explain the whole event as well. Because they got into the WordPress site and we're having a look at the back end of that. So,
I mean, I can go ahead and start to letting my my warm list know. I was trying to wait until I had, of course, a landing page or someplace where they could buy before.
Yeah, exactly, which we have. But I want to finish it off and put some more graphics into it. So let me work with them on. You're right, Monday's a holiday. I know Paige was playing with stuff, but they're probably still on her computer rather than in Dropbox because she was playing around with quite a few ideas I saw. It'll be Tuesday, but we'll get back to you on Tuesday if that's okay with that. And typically, timeline-wise, with Lisa's EPS, I mean, we're way ahead of schedule for what she would recommend. But I know you
really. It feels like it's so late to me, even for my early bird. Let me see if I do
March 7th, right?
For the end of it, because the event is March 29th through the 31st, so that would be the last day of the. Even though, of course, I'm going to open it up again later on, but that's the date that I'm using for my
early bird deadline. Yeah. Yeah. No, from looking at the calendar, we're bang on.
Okay. All right.
I hear you.
Just because in my mind, I've been thinking about it for a while. I was like, okay, I'm setting everything in motion, and now I need to start.
What Eileen did was she created a tracking pixel for your Facebook page and your LinkedIn, so that when people look at your ad, even if they don't buy, we can retarget them with this tracking pixel. So I know they built that in.
Okay.
So there's a lot going on in the background already, which doesn't look as much as, but the groundwork is in there. So
okay. Well, this is my first time actually seeing the page.
I'm sorry. I thought they had sent that to you already, but yeah, this is all built.
They were still trying to get the back end together, so they were asking me, "We need this information. I think I still need to send them the PayPal. I thought I had sent them the information for my PayPal, but I think that was the last thing she asked me to connect that to."
Let me just give you a link to this. Do you have your login for Facebook?
Yes.
You do.
For okay, what did you just send me? You sent me something.
I just sent you the actual page itself.
Okay, so what am I going to do with this?
Oh, just so you can see it. And this is your login if you want to go into the back end of it. One sec.
You're dumping that into?
I'm just putting it in Messenger there.
Okay.
So it's your email, and then that's the password.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's the password. That's the one I use all the time. Okay.
That's what they did it. Yeah.
And then the PayPal. She said she needed my PayPal.
Yes.
Information.
Correct.
To connect it.
That Eventbrite, as I thought, they only deal with PayPal as a payment gateway. So,
so that's the other thing I have to.
Someone wants to call you, you could process it through your own merchant account. But it's Chase, wasn't it? I think.
Yes.
They don't do it. It's literally PayPal and Eventbrite that work together.
Yeah. Okay. So, what was I getting ready to say? Oh, I have for those different prices. You said that's all worked out in the back end. What you get for the different prices? I was kind of thinking maybe you can tell me if this is a good idea or not. As far as the dinner.
Yeah.
Because I don't want people to opt out of coming to the dinner. I really want people to come to the dinner, but you see it costs an extra $100.
But that's a Saturday night, right?
That's on Saturday night, yeah. I was thinking that I should probably do it for $50 rather than $100.
So what about lunches during the other sessions? Are they all on their own?
They're on their own.
Because I did an event with Lisa last weekend, in Orange County. And she did a dinner so it was just Friday, Saturday. So she did a dinner on the Friday night, which was more access to her. Plus, she did some extra teaching that she wasn't going to. And her extra teaching was around getting the best price for your services. So that high ticket mentorship type thing.
Oh, okay.
That was only available if you came to lunch. And I think to the dinner, she had 9 people. It was $149. And she had 9 people pay to come to that, and everybody got a copy of Lisa's book.
Yeah.
So they all got a copy of this on the table.
Okay.
It was a nice buffet dinner and a glass of wine as well, and then it was 3 hours with the 2 Lisas.
Oh, so if I do something, if I give them, charge that extra amount, add an extra benefit for the dinner.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to be working on that. Get the best. I like what you said. Get the best pricing
for your services.
I'm
not teaching that in the workshop. You'll only get that at the dinner.
Right. That's a good draw.
Isn't it? That's why I went to Orange County. I mean, I didn't need to listen to Speak to Sal again.
Right.
But I always love to support Lisa, and she got me to speak, about my experience over why I joined Sassy. And
that's always helpful for her because you are a money-making man. So people want to know, how did you do that?
But you know what it is? It's this that changes it. Every time I speak with Lisa, I end up needing a Kleenex.
And so do I. I know, I've heard you speak, and I'm doing this. I'm crying the whole time that you're talking, especially because I've seen you. I've seen your journey, so it's definitely like, oh.
Yeah. So so I got to speak on a Saturday morning with her about she didn't want me to talk about where I am today. She wanted me to talk about why I chose to mentor with her and how I found the money and how quickly I got the money back.
Oh, okay.
So she wanted me to go back in history rather than the success story of who I am today. It's like where I was and why I joined and the difference that it made almost straight away. So I think, I don't know the exact number, but I believe she got 10 new sassies out of that event.
Nice. Very nice.
But she didn't charge for the event at all. It was free.
Right. That's right.
Mm-hmm. And it was low key. I mean, handwritten name badges as you got to the door that Armando was doing. The handouts, there was no book. The handouts were literally individual, pieces of paper, and
which is what I do.
You didn't get. This is the membership thing, but you didn't get all the pieces of paper at once. You had to be in each session to get each breakout, if you like.
Oh,
and then
okay.
She just did it with a little projector and a laptop. No big sage, no big anything, and it was just. I think on the first day, by mid morning on the first day, she had 85. Cold traffic. I mean, she used a list of people that had never been to her events before. They just inquired about something. And she just did local Facebook ads to the local community, and she mirrored a couple of audiences, but ideally she was looking for women 45 to 55. And probably 90% of the room was exactly that. There was like 3 guys that showed up, a couple of younger ladies, but it was almost like, this is freaky. And
okay.
So there was water at the back, and a jar of candy, kind of mints, but that was it. There was no frills at all.
Oh, okay.
And there was no lunches. I mean, she did a lunch on. So here's how she did it. On the Saturday, she didn't really. She was, you know how Lisa seeds all the time, right? She's always seeding, but she didn't sell anything until mid-morning on the Saturday after I'd spoken. She said, if you want to know what he knows and you want to learn about this mastermind that he's been talking about, I'm going to host a lunch at 12:30, and lunch is on me. I'm going to bring in lunch so you won't go hungry, and I'll tell you all about the mastermind. So she just asked for a show of hands, and I think about 50 went up. And we all just got a brown bag lunch, a sandwich, an apple, a cookie, and a little box salad and a bottle of water. Oh. They just brought them in. It was quite clever because every single lunch was gluten-free, because they had all the sandwiches made on gluten-free bread. So, and the cookie was gluten-free. So there was no there was a vegetarian or a meat option, but that's how she did it. And then she did a talk, the one with the 5 rocks about the 5 stages of her leverage progression plan, how she uses that for people to join Sassy. And then she took everybody to the back of the room, and she just had one round table, and she sat there with a big white pad of paper and a marker pen, and she just did. So if you join Sassy, you get a ticket to Speak to Sound, you get the retreat, you get the mastermind, you get the small group, you get access to all the Sassy training, and then she put a price against all of these. So she priced it at about $35,000 for if you were to piecemeal it all. And then she said, but because you're midway through the year, they offered a 9-month version of Sassy to finish at Thanksgiving with some private mentorship to help people get their marketing clarity stuff straight up to date. So they would get some private mentorship straight away, and then get to Speak to Sell in May. And paid in full price on the day was $12,500. It's $24,000 normally. And I think paid in full is $18,500.
Right.
So I think she sold 10. I had to leave early because my flight got cancelled because of the snow. Yeah. And then I called to try and get another flight, thinking I was going to have to stay an extra day. And they went, the 3:15 flight, because this was 3 o'clock, is at least 2 hours late. So if you can get to John Wayne Airport now, we can check you in on 3:15 flight. They probably won't leave till about 5 o'clock. But we won't get you on your flight because it had to leave Seattle to come to Orange County to go back. And she said, there's no flights leaving Seattle. But there are flights coming in, which was I guess because the planes were just covered in snow or whatever at the airport. Yeah. So I literally checked out and ran. And I got home.
Well, that's good.
pretty different. And I was so mad because I'd actually had an upgrade to a first class seat on my flight.
Right. Yeah.
And I ended up on row 12 in the middle.
Oh. And how long is the flight?
It's okay.
How long was that flight?
Oh, it was fine. It was really bumpy. Oh, probably the
No.
bumpiest landing I've ever had coming into Seattle. Because it was a full-on blizzard.
Oh,
But hey, I
no
got home.
fun.
So good. Boy, it was cold though. It was minus 20 when I got home.
No, thank you.
So if we can add some extra to the evening,
Uh-huh.
so some extra teaching that they wouldn't get anywhere else,
Right.
and maybe, I mean, is there an industry book manual or anything like that?
Nothing is coming to mind right off. No, but I know what I can do though, because I do CART in a courtroom setting, and I can see that people would be interested in something like that. If I specifically did a session on that, because I won't have time to do that
Oh,
in the
wow,
boot
yeah,
camp.
totally.
Yeah.
I would love to know that.
And marketing for that. They'd like to know about that too.
Yep.
So yeah, people would come for that. I'm glad you told me about that, because if I added, because I started thinking about it, I was like, who's gonna want to pay $100 to come to dinner?
Well, Lisa said, she said, you know how much hotel dinners cost? She said, this is pretty much the cost of the room, and the dinner is what you're paying. You just
Mm-hmm.
you just get access to that. So I don't know. I mean, it was 2 stories down, and in the hotel, I didn't even realize it went 2 stories underneath. So it was a room with no windows.
Mm-hmm.
It was 4 round tables, and they just did the buffet outside. So I don't know what private dining would have cost in a hotel like that.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a Hilton. It was a nice hotel. It wasn't like super fancy or anything. It was just a regular Hilton.
Yeah.
But I don't know what the ticket price she would have paid for the dinner. But there was a glass of wine, Lisa's book, and then Lisa and Lisa spoke. And
Mm-hmm.
we did some, I hosted one of the tables. Lisa Cherney did the other, Lisa Sasovich did one, and then Andrea, her VP, did the other table. So we each hosted a table.
Okay. Well, I'll be thinking a little bit more about what I want to do for that Saturday night, so I can give you some information about that, so we can kind of.
So let's really beef that up.
Yeah, so we can beef that up. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're giving me some good ideas about those too. That handouts each session, I like that too.
Yeah, so they don't get a whole book and then they can leave and do it themselves.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, they can't do it anyway, but at least they'll, like I said, you'll get a different handout for each, so they'll be sure to come to each.
And they weren't super fancy. They were literally just her slides.
Exactly.
And a couple of fill in the blanks. Just literally a couple of fill in the blanks as you went along. So
yeah,
you needed to really be there to fill in the blanks.
Okay.
And I think there was 6 of these, but no big ring brown binder or anything at all. It was just insert.
Well, let me ask you this, because I have what I'm doing on Friday night. It's kind of it's for people it's kind of an introduction for me. Like, so people who don't know that they want to do CART,
yeah,
but they might be interested in real time. You notice that my event is called CART Captioning and Real Time Mastery.
Yes.
So there will be some people who are not interested in CART. Like, I have some students in my class right now who they're like, I just want to improve my real time. I don't necessarily want to do CART, but I want to improve my real time. Well, they go hand in hand, but I can do a track that's just on the real time. And so that's what I'm kind of marketing that Friday night for.
Yes.
And at the end of it, they'll get an introduction to CART. So if they want to participate, then they can pay to come to the next day. I mean, the next 2 days, they can pay for that on site.
On the spot. So they can just come for the Friday night.
For the Friday night. And so on the Friday night, they get a light dinner, and then it'll be an actual little workshop around just the real-time portion, and then the introduction to CART.
Okay.
So I guess my question to you was, since I already have something going on, which is kind of a breakout on Friday night, would it be too confusing in the marketing to also do something for the Saturday night? That's
well, no, because the Friday night's a standalone
mm-hmm.
at the 149, right?
Right.
Whereas and then it's full on Saturday, Sunday for the other 2 days.
Right.
And what you're saying is, you're welcome to go home and do whatever on the Saturday night yourself, but I can't get it all in to 2 days. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to host a private dinner. So you're going to get access to me. There's only going to be 10 spots or whatever Do we say how many spots are dinner? We don't, do we?
No, we didn't say.
Okay, so we'll just say it'd be limited spots because
Mhm.
I need to book the dinner with the hotel, so I need to know.
Right.
And you'd need to know really by the Saturday morning at the latest if the hotel even would take it that late. I'm not sure. But
Oh,
then if
uh-huh.
you say this is what you're going to be doing on the Saturday night, and it's not teaching that they're going to get in the course, it's exclusive just for this.
Mhm.
I could see people paying that extra 100 and doing that for sure.
Okay. Okay. I'll try to beef that up some.
Yeah.
And I just didn't want it to be confusing that there's something going on Friday night, and then if you pay for this other one, there's another little breakout. But
Yeah.
there's no possible way for me to teach it all anyway, which is why I have a 6-month course now. You can
Well,
never
and
learn.
that's why you're doing the 2-day course is to upsell into that, right?
That was going to be my next thing, is that my goal in the end is not to have it 6 months long. I think for me, it's too long. 4 months would be better.
Yes.
Um, and then some other way that, like, some of the stuff that I'm teaching now in this course, I want to be able to do it as a standalone, that where they don't need my full on.
Yeah.
I'm live, and every week they talk to me right now live. And so with the courses that I have now, and I'm recording them so that there'll be a course that people can do on their own. And then maybe I'll come on 2 calls, and
Got
then
it.
they can get the other part of the call, which I think will help me where I don't have to do 6 months. It'll be 4 months instead of 6 months. And then I plan to just do that twice a year.
Yeah.
So that's
Do
my long.
do you have a membership site for that yet?
I don't.
Let me show you what we do.
Okay.
Just to give you an idea, because we've got something quite similar to that actually. So in my website, we now have a program called, it just says Mastermind here, but I'll show you what it looks like. So this is what we're calling a 120-day mastermind, so 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
And we're calling it hands-on learning and coaching.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've got a picture of the Zoom because I teach it all by Zoom.
Uh-huh.
And then I do the piece about, are you ready to create your dream business? Or it could be, we could use something similar to this. I think create your dream career. And then these are the
Oh
three
yeah.
sections that I have, which is the business strategy piece, the social media training, and then the blogging piece. There's the story piece.
Uh-huh.
We talk about how they get accountability. We do the problem solution by, this is the big problem piece.
Yeah.
This is a solution, and you know where it's going to come from and what it would look like, because we could use your cart picture there.
Yeah.
And then that's me and Jennifer sort of doing like a VIP kind of thing. And then we then go in detail. It's exactly what they get in the 3 stages that we teach and some of the slides. And then, so this takes them through what they're going to get. And then what the group training looks like, the virtual copy live sessions, what that looks like, what other people have said about it, obviously the testimonials,
Mm-hmm.
and again, a reintroduction to the team and what's the investment. And the way we do that then is in, I had it open before. In this, this is in WordPress. It's a plugin called Membrarium, but I have all of the bootcamp. So they join, let's just say they join this course. So we have like a membership site in the back end where all of the weeks are already here, but they have to go through each one to complete to get to them. But in these are my YouTube videos that I already made. So I go through the steps. That's a video already made. We just completed this one.
Mm-hmm.
So people can go through all of, that's the virtual coffee that went with that week and everything. And then little homework, what they need to do, some links, some forms and so on. And I could sell this evergreen now.
Right.
All in WordPress in the back end. So you could then say, and you can actually see from each student, because I go into the teacher page.
This is on WordPress?
This is all in WordPress, yeah. Yeah.
What's the name of this?
It's called Membrarium.
Membrarium.
Yeah.
Okay.
So then I can look at all of the students and I can see which units they've completed. I can go into them and actually see what their scores were and everything about it, and how many units they've completed and stuff. And it's all there in WordPress.
Okay.
I mean, there's another program called Thinkific, which is really good.
I tried that. I didn't. I did that when I was doing like a little. It was a little 390-day program, but I was having some back end challenges.
Yeah, I mean, we've been building this for a couple of years. Because I have an Infusionsoft VA, and she's very left brain, and she built. I mean, I don't know how much it cost me, because I have to give her so many hours per month as a retainer.
Okay.
So every time she had some more hours, she would go back in and keep tweaking this.
Yeah.
So we've sort of built it over a bit of time, but everybody that's using it is telling me it's just awesome.
Now, do you come on live with any of that?
So I do myself, because with the social media bootcamp, I actually teach it live. I do it 4 times a year. I think you came to one, didn't you?
I think so. Yeah, when you were first starting it, I believe so.
So
when I wasn't ready, I'm ready now, and I wasn't.
Well, I'll give you. I can give you this one, and you can jump in and then experience Membrarium.
Okay.
You can have that on me. I'll get Melissa to set you up.
Thank you.
We literally just finished it like Tuesday, so it's super relevant. So you could go, but the virtual coffees, they carry on. And what we've just done, because I was with Lisa and she said, when you sell a program, you don't want to just stop. You want to get them, because you've warmed them up, they love you. You want to sell them something more. Yeah. What I used to sell them the social camp, and then I'd sell them the blogging camp. But I didn't have anything else. And I've probably done 300 people through this, and I've never upsold because I didn't have an upsell. Right. And I'm sitting there on Saturday morning and thinking, you jerk. There's money on the table. They love you, and you're not even offering them anything to buy. Right. So I started thinking about it, and I brainstormed with Lindsay on Tuesday and said, where do people, even though we've given them our best, where do they struggle? And the 2 things they struggle with is coming up with new blog ideas. Yes. And having more content for social media, like a calendar with the content, so they know what. So, and we've already built a social media content calendar for our clients anyway, and it's Excel. You fill it in, you can upload it to Hootsuite, you can drop your graphics in. So we came up with this upsell, which was they can still keep coming to the virtual cups of coffee, which is just a 1-hour Q&A office hours with me. And I've been on that with you before. Yeah. And then the other piece is a 1 hour a month, the last Thursday of the month, an extra hour accountability where they can we'll brainstorm what, let's just say March social media should look like. Yeah. Different, like President's Day or Easter or Good Friday, whatever, might be coming up. Paige is going to create some blank graphics that they can just take and drop their logo into. And then accountability around WordPress and blogs. And we put a price of that at $197 a month. So it's a really good price. And I did a $19.97 pay in full for a year. But at the $197, I put it out there on Thursday for the first time. I had 16 people on Zoom, and 6 of them said, "I'll buy that." So it's like, that's $1,200 right there. Right. Come on. That shouldn't even been thinking about. Yeah. Well, you got it now. So that was worth me going to Orange County just to get that you jerk. Exactly. See, sometimes you don't know what you're going to get. And then now you end up walking away with that amount of money. The first month's paid for it probably cost me $1,000 to go. Right. There in the hotel and stuff. So I got it back already. Right. Exactly. So, and you're right. And you're right about that. People wanting to work with you, because I have one of my students now. She's been with me for a year already, and I did 3 months here, and 3 months. She was like, "I'm not done with you yet. What do you have coming up next? I want to sign up for that." And what's great about it is now we have competitions for our writing. She's getting ready to enter a real-time competition because she feels confident after taking my course. And she said that on the very first night of our call. She was like, "Since I've taken Saba's course, I have confidence with this and this." I mean, she was a commercial for me. Have you got that all written down? I have it recorded. I recorded that call. Well, transcribe what she says, and let's put that testimony on the page. Oh, okay. Smart. See, I'm glad I said it. What's her name? Her name is Shonda. Shawnda. Her last name is Dorn. Well, let's just get that testimony in, because that alone is huge. And especially that she's been with you for years. She's done 2 of your courses. 3. She's done 3. Do you have a photograph of her? I can get one. just ask her for a photograph. That would
Okay.
be awesome. And then if you've got it on a recording, we could maybe just splice that piece of recording, put that in as a video testimony, as just have a picture and just use the voice.
Oh, okay.
As an MP3.
Okay. So that'll be my homework.
Yeah.
I'll get that. I'll go back and look at it because I record all of my sessions, and that was in our orientation, the night of our orientation.
Perfect. So just I mean, Anand's really good at digital recording. So if you just send her and tell her the timestamps, I'll get her to lift it and turn it into an MP3 file that we can overlay and then create something for the testimony page.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, I even started, I got a couple of other testimonials just from attending events where people who I had worked with. And one person talked about their translation rate. We always want our translation rate to be the highest it can be, which is 98% or better is what you really need. And so the person that I worked with, she told me that she saw her translation rate, her accuracy went up in just the 3 months that she worked with me, that it went up. So we were just talking at a social event, though. It was at our convention. And I was like, oh, you never told me that. It's good to hear.
Call her back and say, can I quote you on that?
I mean, of course, I'm sure she won't mind. She actually gave me other testimonials. She came in on some other, I might even have it. I looked at it not too long ago where she said something about, I think when I was marketing my last course, she came in and said something. I can go back and look.
Yeah.
And I have her picture already because she's actually on my website. When you go to my website, she's one of the ones that's on there.
Okay. Are you going to do like a success panel at the event?
I didn't think of it.
And if you could get these two people, even if they just came on the Sunday morning for an hour or something, just do it before a break and get them having around and just say, don't take my word for it. We're going to, it's coffee on me.
Or maybe they can come to my Saturday night. That Saturday night where I give them a little bit more bang for their buck. I know that Shonda's birthday's that weekend, and so she told me that she probably won't make it because her birthday is. She was like, Saba, I didn't make the last one, and now this one's on my birthday. I was trying to go out of town.
Oh. If not, try and get even a new video that you and her could do on Zoom like this, and just you could play it then.
Oh, okay, that's an idea.
Yeah, if you just do Zoom and do the gallery, so that rather than speaker view, you do gallery view, so that both of you are there, and then it literally records both of you together. Or you can switch it so that you or her.
Okay.
And just record it on Zoom.
All right. I'll ask her about that. She and I are going to have a one-on-one session. I'm doing what I'm calling office hours for each one of my participants, and then she hasn't done hers yet, so I can ask her then. Maybe I should have some questions for her, huh? Do you have like questions?
My phone's just call. Could you just give me 2 seconds?
Okay.
It's Jonathan. Hello. I'm good. You know, I did not. Yeah, that'll still work. Yeah, no, gosh, I was hoping you would have come yesterday, to be honest. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, no, Tuesday afternoon's fine. Yeah. Oh, no trouble at all. Yeah. We do, but yeah, no, that's fine. We can do that for sure. Yeah. Okay. Thanks. Okay. On Sunday, our pipes froze.
I saw something about that on Facebook. You saying something about that on Facebook?
Never ever had that. It was that cold, and one of our sinks burst. The city came out. They defrosted the line and they were fantastic, free. And he said, just turn all the taps on. I'm going to gently sort of feed the water in. And anyway, the vanity in our main bathroom on the main floor, I don't know what happened. One of the supply pipes just went.
Oh my goodness.
And we just had like major water which went straight through the ceiling into the bathroom underneath. And it's dry now, but it stinks. I mean, it's like that wet dog smell.
Yeah.
And then go figure, yesterday, I said to Debbie, what did you spill on the Guava hardwood floor? I said, what did you spill? She said, nothing. I went, well, why is there a big patch of water in the middle of the living room? And it was dripping through the ceiling. So I went up in the loft, and we have like roof vents. So there's like a tile that's on like a 30-degree angle, and there's a gap underneath with doors so birds can't get in. But because we had so much wind and the snow was this time it's what they call champagne powder, so it's very powdery rather than the big flakes. It all blown in under these vents. And I had this lovely mound of snow that was defrosting, and then coming through my bloody, I was like, what a week.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, first world problems.
What'd you say?
First world problems.
The weather, my goodness, I don't like snow, and now you're giving me more reasons not to. I'm from Southern California, so I'm just like, oh my goodness.
I called a builder whose Arnhem's dad actually is a builder, and he builds houses in this area. And I said, is this normal? He went, yeah, I have 5 of my homes that people have called me today and said, my ceiling's dripping.
Oh.
And said, it's just the nature of the winter. It's just the powder was so fine and the wind was so strong that it just blew under the roofs.
And there's nothing they can do to prevent that.
He said, there's a different way of building a roof, apparently, because you have tile and you have this fabric. He said the best way now is to do the fabric, then plywood, then tile. But it's a big extra cost. But he said that's the only way that will prevent it, is to have the plywood in between the tile and the fabric, which is typical. But yeah, it's not going to happen.
So next winter you have to prepare for that condensation or that melting or whatever.
I don't know how you can, but
because it's in the roof.
It's in the roof. And I got it. I've never been in my roof, and I had 14 inches of gyprock. They just blow it in rather than the roll to just blow this stuff in. I can't see a beam to save my life. So, but I can see the trusses. So I'm thinking, I'm like, if there's a truss, there's a beam. But I'm literally walking on faith.
Oh, no, that's scary. No, thank you.
It's all good. Okay, so your homework is let's get some testimonies.
Okay.
Arnhem page first thing Tuesday morning. We'll finish the graphics.
Okay.
Put this all into the website. I know she still needs maybe the PayPal stuff from you then.
Yeah.
And then we'll put the ticket numbers in. I've got that, and I know we've got the pixels created from Facebook and LinkedIn to the website ready so that we can target them. And then we'll create some ad copy and get that approved by you. So by Wednesday we should be advertising.
Okay, perfect. Now, I have never done anything on LinkedIn before, so this will be brand new for me.
Well, the beautiful thing is the ability to target the people's career, and in a general postcode area, so 40 miles from Long Beach or something like that. So it's beautiful. And then we can target the types of career through that. Okay.
All right. Well, I look forward to it. I'm doing another one up north. I'm already starting to scout out the locations in Northern California. I want to do the same thing up there. They want me to come up there too. So I have somebody up there who's.
Would that be like Sacramento area? Or?
Yes, Sacramento.
Okay, because I'm doing an event in Sacramento myself.
Oh.
On, the last weekend of February, of March.
Oh, you're doing it. Oh, like me. Same time I'm doing it here.
Yeah. With, do you remember Jennifer Denham?
Yeah.
So she has a 3-day event, which is Friday, Saturday, Sunday, in Sacramento that same weekend.
You're just a guest on everybody's stage now, huh?
Well, it works, right? Because I don't have to do an event.
Right. That's true.
Travel and so I learn so much from whatever event I'm at too, and we get guest passes if you like. And the way I've done the deal now is we do a 50-50 JV on my class only after I've covered my travel costs. So my flight and my hotel, I work what $600-700, whatever that would be, goes into the pot. And once I've recovered that, then I do a 50-50 on the rest. And it's working out great.
That's nice. Okay. That's good to know. There's another lady who's she's traveling, doing something with court reporting. I'm trying to see if we can work together. She had mentioned it. She has a podcast. Remember I told you about I was on a podcast?
Yeah.
And a couple of people have actually contacted me after listening to the podcast from her podcast. And so she had said something about me doing a master class with her. But I need to learn a little bit more about what she's doing to see how they're compatible.
Okay. Could you send me a link to that podcast?
Okay, I need to research that one too, because she sent it to me, but I have to go back and find it.
Is that something that we could even put on your website that they could listen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sure it is, yeah.
Okay, let's do that too.
Okay. So you're giving me some ideas about how to work with that too. I don't quite know yet, but
yeah, we can talk more about how to structure this event based on what I keep seeing. So
okay, so now you said something about that I'd be able to come on the virtual
coffee. Yeah, so I'll get Melissa to add you in on Monday. So we'll put you into the boot camp that's literally just finished.
Okay.
And a part of that is you're then in the mailing for the virtual coffees each Thursday at 10 a.m. Pacific. Okay. So you'll get all the emails for that. I could add you to the Facebook group right now, but then we'll get you into the email stream as well. One sec. My computer is slow today. I know my RAM is almost full. I need to do a major clear out. Keeps warning me about that. So there you go. Friends since 2016. Okay, so you should see an invite on Facebook.
Okay. And all right. So you dropped everything to the Facebook Messenger, huh?
Yes, correct.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for.
You're welcome, friend. We're getting there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay.
Thanks, Jonathan.
Talk to you soon.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye for now.